Hey guys, this is Jay Hendricks. It's funny, today it was a good day, but I'm realizing that there's a whole wave of, it's like a black cloud over my head all the time, and it's like I'm just trying to look at the thread of hope and everything and just keep following that. So, for instance, if I sit on the couch and start thinking about what I'm doing too much, everything starts looking dark and hopeless. But if I focus on, okay, I got to get all these things out of my house, I'll just focus on that. Or, you know, if I go to my brother's house and we work on music a little bit more, and um, it seems to help out. And I went working out with my brother today, and he's been losing weight and getting bulked up from it. So it's actually had a good uh, effect on him. So I've been doing the same exercises as him, and the first time I went with him, um, we did. I got to a point where I couldn't do anymore, and he said, "Push, push, push," and I said, "Nope, I give up." And I just let the bar drop on me, and he like picked up the bar and just started going through the motion of me doing it, and I had just given up. And it showed to me that I have a mindset when it gets too hard, or I did have a mindset that when it gets too hard, I was just used to just, which is kind of what I did with the electrical stuff, but I just didn't want to do that. And I could not see myself doing that for 30 or 40 years. It's not really that I quit because it got too hard, I just didn't like it. So I think there's a difference there. But anyway, um, so the second time I went working out, I got to that point again, but this time I was determined to let my will push my body through it. And I got a lot further. I completed all of the exercises on the third set, but on that last exercise, I started getting kind of woozy, kind of sick, kind of felt like a bad trip for a second. And so I went to the bathroom, sat there for a little bit, and tried to calm myself down. And I went back out the bathroom to start the fourth set. And I was just really using my will to, I will do this, and pushing through, uh, despite what my body wanted to do. And as I decided to start with the first exercise, my body immediately just went on a huge um, emergency alert. And I started blacking out, and the rush of feelings that came up was crazy. And yet I held on to my will, and I pulled back for a sec, and my brother was like, "Are you all right? Maybe just sit down then. Sit down." And I sat down, and uh, I fainted and fell on the floor. And it was crazy. I really felt like I was going to die. And my brother helped me up, and it really showed to me that the body, the brain, and then our consciousness is something else, because my consciousness, my will was still there, even though my body wanted to just shut off. And I know that that's not healthy, and I'm not going to let that happen again. But it was a good lesson to see that I think that's what depression is in some sense. And maybe people are given it biologically. Maybe people, they're inherited generations of thinking that, oh, nope, that's stupid. I don't want to do that. And it just compounds over time, and then they're inherited this mindset. Now it's part of their biology. Could be something like that. But I saw that layer peel back of that layer that um, is there to stop me from acting. And it's the same thing when I'm sitting here and in my situation, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. Um, all I know is that I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep following the light. I need to get these things out of my house. I need to go run this errand. I have this idea. I'll write that down and I'll develop that a little more. I'm going to, make a little video. And it gets you on a good roll. And whenever that feeling that you have when your body's like, nope, or that discouraging thing your mind does when it wants you to stop, um, it starts producing negative thoughts and doubts in an attempt to, I don't know, protect the body. I'm not exactly sure. It's pretty crazy, but it's real. So if I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think when you push past that initial resistance, that wall, when you push past that with your will and you keep doing it, even if you don't want to, um, and you can see that hope in the distance, um, you keep going and you break through. But if you keep pushing, you can kill yourself. But if you can learn to get past that wall and then to not overdo it and stay in that realm, you can keep doing things and keep growing, but not fall into depression, which is staying behind that veil of opposition. Just staying behind it, not going through, not wanting to, making up excuses. I'm just going to sit here and be comfortable. And then eventually you start rotting away and becoming depressed. So I would recommend exercising hard and at least once finding, or just at most, but at least once finding that feel, that area where you push past that will, or that with your will you push past that resistance, and yet just before your body shuts off. Just knowing what that is, it's a weird space of growth that has some potential to be a cure for depression, or at least a help to depression, which is that opposition anyway. So keep going, keep trudging along, whatever the word is. Um, like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just following something, and I feel like it's going to manifest. I feel like it's going to unfold into something good. So stick with me, and we'll find out together and do the same thing in your life. Anyway, have a good night. Bye.